Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be your stimulus package update with all of the information that is current as of today, April 23rd. So here we're going to be talking about a little bit of everything. We're going to be talking about stimulus checks, unemployment rates, the PPP program, a little bit of everything. So stay tuned till the end. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this $1,200 stimulus check that's already been approved. Some people have already got it, some are waiting on it, some are kind of in limbo and don't really know what's going on with their status. So real quick, one of the common things that's stopping people from obtaining this money is if you are married filing jointly and your spouse does not have a social security number. Likely this is because they are illegally residing in the country. But if you are in this situation where you are married filing jointly and only one of you has a valid social security number, then neither of you are eligible for this $1,200 stimulus check. I didn't write the rules. We can debate all day long whether or not the person that is here legally should be entitled to their fair share. But this is the fact of the matter, is that if you are married filing jointly, neither of you are going to get this refund. And that's where most people that are reporting on this topic just kind of leave it at that. But the good news is that if you are in a situation like this, you still have time to amend your 2019 tax returns. And instead of filing as married filing jointly, you can actually split it up where your spouse will file their own tax returns and you will file your individual tax returns. So as long as you amend these tax returns and now you are married filing by yourself, you now suddenly become eligible for this $1,200 stimulus. Your spouse still isn't going to get anything, but now at least you will get a $1,200 refund. And if you do go this route and you have any children, make sure that you are the one claiming the children. Make sure the person with the valid social security number is the one claiming all of the dependents. That way you will also get the $500 per dependent as well as the $1,200 overall. Now when you're doing this, obviously you're going to want to make sure that it makes sense economically in order to file your taxes this way as opposed to previously where you filed married filing jointly. Because when you file married filing jointly, a lot of times you get a few extra tax perks and breaks and that kind of stuff. So it may cost you a little bit of extra money in taxes in order to file separately. So you want to make sure that the numbers work out. Obviously you don't want to pay $1,300 extra in taxes just to get a $1,200 refund. So make sure you do the math and that everything turns out right. So if you're going to be planning on going this route, you have all the way up until mid-July in order to amend your tax returns. But obviously you're going to want to do that as quickly as possible so you can get your money now. Now some people were anticipating some money to be direct deposited into their account and it's not happening yet. And one of the common problems or hiccups that's causing all of this stuff is if when you filed your taxes, if you applied for some sort of a tax advance or a tax loan program that was offered by whoever it was that was filing your taxes, TurboTax or H&R Block or something like that, where you could access your money immediately instead of waiting a couple of days or weeks for the IRS to actually send you the money themselves. If you applied for something like this, chances are the IRS does not have good bank account information for you, and that's why you haven't received your check. So make sure you go to the IRS's website where you can check up on the status of your refund and make sure that you are inputting a current bank account information into the system. And that current bank account information leads me up to my next problem of why some people aren't getting their stimulus checks is the bank account that they filed their taxes with has since been closed. Maybe they started and opened a new account with a new bank or whatever the case may be. So the account where they filed their taxes no longer exists, in which case you are going to need to go online and update this information. Now for those people that were going to be getting a paper check in the mail, I highly suggest that you do the direct deposit route if at all possible, because chances are it's going to take a while to actually get a physical check in the mail. They're supposed to start rolling out with payments, physical checks starting this week, and they are going to start with the lowest income first. And then it's estimated that each week people earning an additional $10,000 to what the previous week was should be sent their checks. But this could mean that you could be waiting several months for a stimulus check to come in the mail, especially if you are a little bit higher in the income brackets. So I would highly recommend updating your information and just simply getting this direct deposited into your account. That way you can access this money immediately to pay for rent or groceries or whatever kind of bills you have. So as far as unemployment benefits go, currently 44 states have already started paying out this additional $600 of benefits that was approved by the White House. So that is fantastic. If you're one of the 6 states that's currently not doing it, I'm sorry, you should get that relatively soon. But some people are having problems filing for these benefits online, as the sheer number of people that are being laid off is overwhelming the websites that handle this stuff. So it's highly recommended that if you're having this problem, try to access these websites during off-peak hours instead of trying to log on at 6 o'clock in the evening. Maybe log in at midnight or extremely early, first thing in the morning, and you should have better luck with that. And finally, the SBA PPP, the Payment Protection Plan, designed to help keep small businesses going. That bill has currently passed the Senate and is supposed to be voted on by the House later today, and it's expected that that benefit will pass. And so that should inject an extra $310 billion into the SBA PPP, that Payment Protection Plan. Now, just like the last one, it was on a first come, first served basis. So if you are a small business owner, I would highly recommend getting in and applying for that as early as possible. But the good news is that they have tweaked some of the regulations a little bit because previously some publicly traded large companies were still applying for this, even though it was intended for small businesses. And so those guys are no longer going to be eligible under this new program. And in fact, the government is trying to claw back all of that money that they had previously given these people. Places like Shake Shack had applied and got $10 million under this small business payment plan. So that's going to do it for us today, April 23rd. I'll keep you posted on any upcoming changes as they unveil. If you found this useful, as always, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you all again next time.